We stayed at the Hythe, which is right next door to the Ritz-Carlton. It is an awesome hotel. We absolutely loved our stay here. It's such a 5-star resort, and I definitely highly recommend it.
Okay, I figured I'd do a little intro into our vlog. So we came to Vail for the weekend, and Philip and I wanted to do a winter vacation. We haven't done one lately, and so now that the weather's getting colder, we definitely wanted to do a winter vacation. We were pretty set on Colorado. It's the one state him and I both have not been to, so it's kind of a whole new experience for the both of us. So I started with figuring out like what mountain town were we gonna visit, because there's a lot of mountain towns here. There's Aspen, there's Breckenridge, Vail. I mean, there's so many here. And so I had to first start with that. And after getting a lot of recommendations on YouTube, Vail is like very, I want to say up and coming. I think it's already just here. Like, I don't think it's really up and coming. And even a friend of mine was like, oh no, it's kind of the new Aspen. Like it's very equivalent to like Aspen now. It's a bit, I think, on the wealthier side. Like when I say wealthy, I think a little bit more expensive. So it's one of the more expensive mountain towns. Even when I was trying to book accommodations, it was quite hard to find anything that's like inexpensive. So I would say if budgeting is an issue, I probably would not choose Vail to go to, because it is an expensive place, especially to stay. But I do want to tell you about where we're staying. So I decided to stay at the Hythe, which is owned by Marriott, I believe. I think this is one of their properties. And this, again, Vail is kind of like, it's got all the creme de la creme hotels here. We're actually right next door to the Ritz-Carlton. It's got the Four Seasons. It's got some local places that are really popular as well, that are like 5-star hotels. And so initially I was like, hey, we're just, we're going to Vail. It is what it is. We're going to fork out a pretty penny for where we stay at. So I was originally thinking the Four Seasons. Because they have that famous like hot chocolate, which we are gonna go do. But I ran across a YouTube that the vlogger was showing the Hythe, and she said it's a very underrated hotel. And so I said, you know what, I'm just gonna take the chance. The prices were pretty comparable. I mean, it's a little bit less than the Four Seasons, but not by much. So it's on the same scale as the Four Seasons. And so I said, I'm just gonna take a chance. And so I booked this one, and we are blown away. I will say, at least if you have to spend bukus of money on a hotel, on an upgraded hotel, this is definitely worth it. I at least walk away feeling like, okay, that was actually worth the money, because sometimes you stay at these nice hotels and they're not even worth the money. But this one, I was like, very, very, very surprised. They do complimentary s'mores every night. They do a complimentary whiskey bar. They've got the après-ski. I mean, it's so far so good. I mean, we just checked in not long ago, so I'll probably give you more on the hotel stuff later. But yeah, and they were so nice enough to upgrade us our room too, I think, which was fabulous. That was really generous and really nice of them. So they even upgraded our room, which I really appreciated. I am a Marriott member, so that probably had something to do with it, but I still appreciate it anyways. So yeah, we're gonna go check out Vail, and I'll see you later. With the cute little wood bar.
Dinner at Elway's is an absolute must if you're visiting Vail. We highly recommend the lamb as an appetizer. It's some of the best lamb that we have had, and the hotel is such a cute hotel too.
Okay, Vail Village is so cute at night. Such a cute little town.
Our hotel offered a complimentary whiskey tasting every night, so we definitely took advantage.
Let me get yours. We just finished
breakfast at the Little Diner.
The Little Diner came highly recommended, and it is so good. So if you're in Vail, I would highly recommend the Little Diner. I do have to expand on the Little Diner that we ate at this morning. So I watched a YouTube and one of the vloggers like raved about the Little Diner, and then even last night one of our bartenders was like, oh, the Little Diner's like just a great breakfast like brunch spot. It's just that. It's nothing fancy. It's a small little diner, but it is so good. And they have, I got huevos rancheros, which again, we live in San Diego, so that's really common. So I wasn't really expecting it to be like, I mean, again, we live in like one of the best places for like Mexican food. And so I really wasn't expecting it to be that good. It is the best huevos rancheros I've ever had. And I think Philip got an omelet, and that was pretty good too. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. If you're in Vail, the Little Diner must go place.
I drown in like 2 inches of water.
After spending a few days in Vail, we headed to Colorado Springs to see the Garden of the Gods. It's so beautiful there. It has some really beautiful rock formations, but just know you have to get there early for parking. We finished off our trip with a quick stop at an awesome brewery, and then we headed back to Denver to catch our flight.